Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Of course. Congratulations on season 2. I got to see
Thank
some
you.
of the episodes. It's
Did you
great.
like them? Did you like the episodes?
I did. I really, really did.
What else are you gonna say? Like, right here.
I mean, I would be honest though. Come on.
Okay, very good.
Coach Korn's back. He doesn't go to UCSB and he goes back to coach the girls.
That's right.
How was it getting back with everybody on set for season 2?
It was well. Look, I had to do more of these shows. We didn't know if we were going to come back at first because it was, the way the analytics nowadays with streaming is there's too many numbers, and I have to hand it to Disney because, what to me Disney is about heart and inclusion and that's and guts. They picked us up because they believed in the show and not the analytics, if you will. And so I was grateful to them to come back to do the show. It's I always thought that we needed to spend more time with the girls, which we do, and get into their lives. The first episode, boys, the school becomes co-ed, which did a lot of, just opened up so many stories, not only obviously the dating and all that stuff that the girls get into, but it really, since last year, I wanted to highlight the inequality of men sports versus women, and we shine a light right at that early on, which I think is important. And the show's a little more fun, and it also, I think what's really important, what we keep missing is when it comes out, all 10 episodes are going to drop at once, which we didn't do that last year, and so I think people will like that. And it's shorter. We made it, it's more like a half hour, which I think works better for this show as well. Yeah. So there's just so much to like about this season.
Yeah, no, it was great. Now I know you bring in Sarah, who's Ava, the new character. What was that like, showing her the ropes and everything? You got to tell me.
Well, she's a big TikToker, right? Excuse me. So, you can't shun these kids, what they're doing. If you do, you're a fool. I became friends with some of these younger influencers, and people are like, what are you hanging out with this guy? Because there's a lot to learn from them, believe it or not. I mean, and Sarah, she was great. She was, what I've seen in all these girls is they come in and they're fearless. They have boundless energy, and they're, as you get older and you do more and more work, you start thinking too much, you start reading stuff, you think what people want you to see, and they just come in, with this great sort of fearless energy, which I love to be around and love to learn from, really. The characters, she's a good addition to the show, I feel. What we did at the end, I don't know how many episodes you saw, but we started a couple months after my friend Bob Saget passed away. And I thought, first of all, I'd never seen that kind of outpouring of love for anybody. And I was, obviously it was bittersweet. He didn't know how loved he was. And I wanted to sort of get that into Coach Korn's world. And so we have a mentor, a friend, a coach guy, friend of his passes away, and he gets all this love like Bob did. And so Coach Korn starts to think about what's his legacy, what is he leaving behind, what has he done in his life, and I think it was the last episode, and I'm really proud of it. Bob had, he just didn't know how loved he was, and that makes me so sad because, he was, and I wish he could have seen it. I wish he could have felt, the love that he deserved.
Absolutely. I mean, he knows that you loved him, and I mean, I loved him, and I feel like everyone else did. He was like TV's dad,
He was, and if we're real quiet, we can hear him complaining in heaven that I'm not talking about him enough today. Okay.
For sure. And really quickly, because I do have to wrap, I want to talk about Marvin's relationship with Emma. I really see it grow, and it's really sweet to see that. Can you maybe touch on it quickly?
Yeah, it's such a different, parenting, story that I've ever done, because he wasn't a great parent. He wasn't around that much. He was, and as some people can do, they blame I'm doing it for you. I had to do my career. It's like she throws it right back at me. She says, no, you did it for you. Yeah. And that's a good lesson even for me, and as a new father too. I think like, what am I, put the phone down. You don't need to text. You don't need to email. You don't need to think. Just sit and be in the moment with him. That term is overused, but it really is. It's a term for a reason, to just be here now, be with you, be with whoever it is. And these little microtransactions with people are really what make a relationship and define a character to me.